What up, Wheatfield? What up, y'all? What it do? Welcome back to the Wheatfield, y'all. Welcome to you. If you're new, hey, welcome to you too. This is your girl Lottie here at Tears and Wheat to Roast Show, where you show enough, never know what you gonna get. Beloved, thought I was missing an earring, but it's definitely there. What it do? Hope you guys, Monday has been beautiful. Today is Monday, June the 3rd, 2024, beloved. But whenever you get this message, it's still good for now, beloved. It is. They are timeless, because it's always now. It is. So, we are going to jump into a reading. We are a spiritual reader, a channeled messenger. Yes, bringing messages, a surrendered vessel unto the Most High God, the Alpha and Omega, and they are going to bring the message. Yes, and we got pulled to the book, Spiritual Tarot. Thank you to the Most High God, the Alpha and Omega, the Master of all eternal beings, for being here, for bringing this message, for sitting on the throne of our praise, beloved. Do you feel it? Do you feel it? I feel it. I feel it too. Ooh, let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Hey, let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Oh, let's get it, my week. Let's get it. Hey, get it, my week. Let's get it. Oh, yes. Let's get it. Get them praises up. It's the top of the week. It's a whole brand new month. Did y'all do y'all cinnamon affirmations, blowing fresh new abundance into the house? 3 ways to do it. You can boil cinnamon, you can wash your hands in it, you can stand in the doorway and blow the cinnamon in, beloved. We wash our face and wash self in it. Abundance over the being, the vessel, health, 4 pillars of it, financial, physical, mental, and most importantly, the last shall be first, beloved, spiritual. Make my spirit leap. Who's getting that energy of the last shall be first, beloved? We are. We. Sometimes I'm feeling like somebody might have been overlooked, last to be picked, but then you turn around and take all of those lessons and tests and turn them to a testimony, and then everybody get to see what the Most High God did with it. You turn around and be first, beloved. I'm just saying, it's beautiful. The Most High God out here preparing your table in front of your enemies. Yo, like they gonna see it. The Most High God preparing that table. But then you still greet them with what? Kindness. Kindness. You know, it is what it is. Grace. Graciousness. I'm feeling Queen of Pentacles energy, beloved. Ooh, let's see what the Most High God gonna bring out. Thank you so much for bringing this message. It is not known to us, beloved. It is not. I'm being told to remind you that we are a spiritual reader. We're not religious at all, beloved. Even though we do a lot of testimonials here, we do. We pull from the word, but we bring it how they tell us to bring it. It is. It's just like that. So hopefully you can stick with it. You can vibe. If you vibe, subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Ooh, 2 of Cups. Things coming together. See? 2 of Cups. I demonstrate the healing and nourishing power of cooperative and constructive unions. Ooh. I represent the joining of abilities to produce something greater than one alone could create. The Alpha and Omega creates everything. The only begotten creation. We are whole. We are complete. There's nothing broken and there's nothing missing. I urge you to appreciate rather than compete with others. Appreciate, no competition, only competition with the self, the former self, the self of yesterday, last month, last week, last year, week, whatever. Respect the masculine and feminine strengths. Each of you contribute to a relationship. Now the masculine, the father, thank you so much, Omega, your decree. But that alpha, that divine feminine energy, so what? The birth and creation, the calling. Thank you so much. We acknowledge you. We appreciate you. We lift you up. We feed you. Yes. Raise that energy up, beloved. Lift it up, lift it up, lift it up. I'm talking about the highest. We could be talking to a divine feminine energy, or just calling out the divine feminine energy in thee, to raise it, to lift it, to feed it, to nourish it, to acknowledge it, to honor it. Yes, to honor it. For we be made in the image of the Most High God, beloved, and each in his likeness. If we got feminines, then we must have a feminine energy, that alpha, that beginning. I'm talking about the omega, the ending, like we be calling on that. I mean, I'm talking about the Father is right here, beloved. But it's controversial how they done replaced the mother. Okay. And sometimes we just have to go back and acknowledge that, to honor that, to bring that back into the forefront of our awareness, beloved. Now, you can believe how you want to believe. It ain't no judgment over here. I am called to be obedient and tell you what they tell me to say. Exactly. That's it. All right. It says, in your daily activities, partnerships, and relationships, offer advantages and opportunities to better understand the human situation. Beware and be aware, okay, of them, and discover a variety of ways to interact. They telling me to bring this down just a little bit. Feel like we gonna get intimate. I'm seeing the word intimate. Two of Cups, intimacy, okay? When I am active in your life, you have the capacity to express compassion for others and to understand their feelings. However, you must guard against one of the difficulties that comes along with empathy, the desire to fix others. Hurts partly to lessen our own discomfort with the situation. So somebody might feel like they need to fix somebody else's hurt and pain and grief just because it makes you a little bit uncomfortable in the situation. It's a constant dilemma and challenge. My key phrase is the two sides of emotionality. Two sides of emotionality. The compassion, the empathy, the sympathy, with the need to take authority, to be controlling and domineering, to fix it, beloved. Ooh, we be calling on the Omega to come in and fix it, when sometimes we just need to acknowledge it, to honor it, to respect it, to just give compassion and understanding, beloved. And you can do that without trying to step into it and control the outcome. Yes. It says, in the Morgan Greer card, a young woman and man raise their golden goblets to each other as they gaze into each other's eyes. She wears a green wreath, while her companion wears a red headband over his Ajna chakra. I don't know how to say that. Ajna chakra. His green cloak is fastened at the throat chakra. Speaking from a heart space, I feel. Throat chakra with a gold clasp. Gold is giving me solar plexus, enlightenment, right? Showing the value of his spoken word. Ooh, yes. Behind the patches of the indigo foliage rise against a pale yellow sky. Their shapes suggest the promise and fertility of dreams and imagination. We said dreams in the spirit left, like, yes, that's it. The man and woman in the Aquarian Two of Cups also raise their goblets to one another. His glove bears the bubbly design of the feminine aspect of the divine. They both wear pink headgear that crosses and activates the Ajna center. His cloak is clasped at the throat chakra. She could be pregnant, getting ready to birth something. Ooh, another piece of creation. The Two of Cups is a card of relationships and partnerships of many kinds. It often represents long-term friendships based on mutual ideals and principles. It echoes the Lovers, the major arcana number 6, bringing the creative power of love to bear on everyday events. At a higher level, it urges us to acknowledge our inner masculine or feminine aspects. This opens a channel for our higher self to express itself more actively and fully. The personal growth instigated by this card often The personal growth indicated by this card often comes from identifying opposing emotions, without trying to diminish one or the other, diminishing that alpha energy, the mothering energy, the need for compromise, compassion, empathy, sympathy, the ability to just love on one another. Let's get into it. Both are part of us. Both are part of us. Who's speaking? Omega. Omega say both are part of us and serve us in every way. This say some. Omega say every way. Likewise, spiritual growth results from accepting both our separateness and our integration with the great oneness. Who said that? Alpha. Shadow aspects of this card include the inability to commit to a situation, romantic or otherwise, stubbornness that prevents us from making the first move towards resolution, possessiveness in a relationship, and denial of both feminine and masculine aspects of our personality. The denial of feminine aspect of our personalities. Now, I see I'm getting manosphere energy. I'm just saying. Because a lot of masculines like to use alpha as a masculine attribute when it's not. It is a feminine attribute. So when they say alpha females and they use it, it's like it's a derogative, negative connotation aspect of our personalities. They are mistaken. Quite honestly, yes, because alpha is feminine. It is. Now that omega sci-fi, did they forget about that? But those masculines that think they just know everything, beloved, I'm just saying, think about it. Why does omega sci-fi take on the personality, the characteristics of that, that the dog chase cat, nothing but the dog can be. I'm just saying. Okay. That's omega. It is not alpha male. No. It is omega. That's masculine. Alpha is feminine. And for us to distort those I'm feeling currencies, those energies, right? It does us a disservice. You know what I mean? And it takes feminines away from, embracing that part of them. Feminines do have an assertiveness. They have a divine calling placed upon them too, beloved. And for us to cohabitate, to coexist, to come into the state of oneness for the benefit of the other, because we need the both to do what one cannot do alone. Come on now. Immaculate birth is a thing. I mean, it is. I mean, we have virgin births that happen. But what I'm talking about, if we count how many that's been happened in history that we know of, that's been documented, it probably will be about 3 people on the planet. So that's not mostly like the best way for, creation to move forward. It's usually taking that conception, that seed that requires to be, fertilized in order for creation to go forward uninhibited. I'm just saying. Dreams. What do I consider? It says, in the morning, write down your dream in as much detail as you can. How does it answer your question? If the answer is not clear, continue thinking about your question and how the card fits into your life. Playing the cards that you got, but I'm also feeling somebody who may be called to pull cards on themselves. You could be, depending on how you believe if that's a thing. If you're watching tarot, you're watching me, I believe that you probably will pull cards on yourself. You could get you a deck. You could get a light seer. You can get something that's inspirational, motivational. You know what I mean? True intentions is one I'm being called to right here. We definitely see dream job right here. But you could be somebody that dreams, get messages in your sleep. And if you have a question, you could write it down and take it with you before you go to sleep and look for answers. Write them down in the morning. But again, write down what is your intention and what is your desire. And maybe you should pull some cards on self and see what's blocking you. Could be chakras, it could be intentions and desires. You know, what can you do for things to come together for you? Is there something that you need to balance out? You know, the two parts of you, your energies, your masculine and your feminine. You know what I mean? Are you being a little bit authoritative? You know, but needing to balance that with that compassion and that empathy, that sympathy, the understanding, we getting a deeper understanding. I'm hearing of the great oneness, our creator, right? Mysticism. See, somebody could be I'm seeing seer, a mystic. Maybe you're denying it. Maybe there's things that you don't understand about it. Maybe you're not necessarily accepting of that attribute, right? Yeah. Something about accepting of that attribute. Maybe you're denying your own mysticism. Maybe you're awakening to it, starting to get comfortable with it. Maybe you watch tarot or spiritual readings, but you haven't gone so far as to read self, beloved. Self-worth is here. I'm not for sure if I feel like maybe you're being called to a certain seat or called to a certain position, right? Something that you've been searching for, you've been on a journey towards it. I'm feeling inner work, right? Something that you're searching for inside of self. Something that's coming up, bubbling up to the surface. I'm feeling a praise seat. Like we said, like giving the Most High God, the eternal, a seat on the throne of your praise. I'm feeling workaholic. Maybe you work a lot. You know, maybe there's some distractions. You know what I mean? Maybe, again, dream job energy. Maybe you're working towards your dream job. And there's something to be done in order to really propel you and move you forward on this journey. Realizing that you are worthy of this seat. I feel a miracle happening once you come to balance, beloved. The miracle of balancing out your energies. See, somebody could be at an impasse, feeling stuck, right? Praise more often. Allow the Most High God to have that strong seat on top of you. What does it say? The Most High God sits on the throne of our praise. You know, the throne of your praise. You know, the Most High God coming in and lighting and sitting in that seat, right? Giving it a seat is going to guide you through your work, whatever it is that you're diligently working on, beloved, that you may feel stuck at an impasse, right? It's going to guide you through the impasse. Something is bittersweet. I hear conflict in beliefs. Something is bittersweet, conflict of beliefs, like leaving behind an old belief system and accepting something new. Again, like that attribute that we kind of have been taught to brush aside, to neglect, or has been swept away, beloved, calling it back. That alpha energy, the mothering energy, to grow up that nurturing, that compassion, the forgiveness, the love, the sympathy, the empathy, giving that to one another for the sake of understanding. For we are creation and we are whole and we are complete. There's nothing broken and there's nothing missing. And to love one another deeply, unconditionally, is to love on self and to love on other selves. I feel is a part of our purpose. It is. Quest. See, that is why we journey. You know, you are on a journey to discover that for self, to be open, to be welcoming. Mother energy welcoming all the children is what I'm getting. Mother energy welcoming the children that come, right? Being called in, open arms, away from vanities, right? Moving away from vanity. moving away from worldly things. And for some reason, I'm picking up on Omega energy with the staff, because we always call on the Omega to lead us through. But there's more than one attribute. And I'm picking up on blue throat chakra to speak from a more balanced place. I'm feeling like the Alpha and Omega are speaking to you, like the Alpha is calling you in, right? Calling you in. Trickery. See, the trickery is that it's only one, beloved, and that's just not true. You know, taking away something that you know that is important, that's deep inside of you, a part of your resonance, a part of your energy, and casting it aside and having us off balance, leaning in one way or the other, instead of coming to balance within self, first and foremost, to recognize that internal, eternal relationship, those energies, that balance, right? So that we can come back to center. We can come to par, beloved. We can, I'm hearing balance and change our polarity from one side or the other. But when we come to balance, the two come together into oneness, I see complacency. We see creation, right? Creation may be stuck. We see gossip, gratitude, release, destiny. And we see soulmate. See that Two of Cups energy coming in, right? It awakens something else within you. It awakens you to the power that really is within. When we release old concepts that trick us into believing it's just this or it's that, beloved, it's not. The Alpha energy is not a ghost. Absolutely not. It is that which calls us to our highest self. The Omega has given its decree and every spiritual tool that you will need to bring you to victory. Grief. It will help us release grief and bring us into a state of gratitude. When you realize that everything that has been called over your life, you have been decreed the tools that you need to come to a state of victory, to overcome any impasse, overcome any obstacle, victorious, abundance, moving us from grief to gratitude in abundance. Anything else in here, beloved? Say no. We see despondence, speaking to the spirit. We see again bittersweet, you know. Again, I'm feeling being called in, children coming in. I'm feeling not always liking what we will hear, beloved. Maybe not, you know. It could be bittersweet, right? We see prayer, again, speaking to the spirit, creation, that which made everything, but creation is perfect. I mean, the imperfections make it perfect. There's going to be chaos and conflict and destruction, but there is also renewal, regeneration, rebirth, beloved. Creation goes forward. Perseverance. It will persevere, always. It is that which they made, and that's the wisdom. That's the enlightenment. Anything else? Yes. Intentions. We did see dream job. We spoke about it. Right? A job that you dream of. Maybe pull some cards to see where you are stuck. Yeah, discovery. So that you can empower yourself to find the key. Discover the key. See what you are entitled to. I'm feeling your Akashic inheritance, that decree. What is in your decree? What is it? What were you called to do? And everything that you were called to do, you accept that mission. You surrendered. You are a willing vessel, being obedient unto the Most High God. Beloved, there's a decree, and you can unlock what's in your decree. That treasure chest, that trove, the trove, treasure chest, trove. I'm feeling it unlocked and being being open, unlocked. I'm hearing undiscovered. I'm hearing untapped resources. Untapped resources. We see envy and laziness. See, sometimes people get caught up in that. They do. They see things working well and working for others and wondering why it's not working for you. You know what I mean? Or maybe not even wanting them to have what they got. You know, I see mysticism, gifts, somebody that is maybe rejecting their own spiritual gifts, the mysteries of self, and then they see others who are activated in their gift and they feel like you shouldn't do that, you can't have that, you can't express it that way. Yeah. Alpha Omega made everything. Those ones that run to and from, yeah, they would trick you to think that. But spiritual gifts, all of us have it. Each in their own measure, right? The measure that the Most High God has called and decreed onto you specifically. And it's perfectly it's what you should do to operate in your spiritual gifts. It will lead you to what it is that you are called specifically to do. What's in your decree? Your spiritual gifts are part of your decree. They are spiritual tools that you need in order to bring about the victory. Yes. And if you let others tell you that you should not operate that way, or whether it's an old belief, a system of old belief that would trick you to say that this is not a part of me, it's not good, that is not of the Most High God, beloved, then you know that's a trick, because the Alpha and Omega called everything in creation, and it can use whatever it wants, beloved. It does. It uses everything to bring about its will, for thy will be done, not our own. Lean not onto our own understanding. Envy, laziness. You know, it could lead to... Your dreams are so much bigger than your efforts to achieve them, because maybe you are leaving part of your tool set like untapped, you know, because somebody or something told you don't dig into it. You can't do that like that, beloved. Says who? Something of the law that don't want you to come to victory, don't want you to know who you are or what you can do. I mean, if the power of life and death is in your tongue, if you can call a word over your life and it will manifest, and you know that the power of the Most High God is within. If the Most High God is omnipresent and omnipotent, that means it's in everything, beloved. It is everywhere, and it is in everything. It is with you always. There is nowhere that you could go that the Most High God is not with you, yo. Promotion and innovation once you focus. I feel like that key, I'm talking about the key to innovating, the key to bringing about something new and something different, your dream job, your dream position, something coming into fulfillment and manifested reality. Because you called it, you spoke it, you wrote it, you brought it out the spirit and put it on paper, on the physical. You meditate on it daily, you focus on that thing. Oh, it shall be, because what you focus on, you will create with. Walk away from something. Something that has you held, something that has tricked you to only using a part of you. Having energies displaced and confused and all over the place, trying to mix stuff up. But again, that's the Most High God. It assigned them to do that. We got free will. And some surrender and some don't. Some be out here thinking thoughts and don't check in with the Alpha and Omega to see what it is that they called and they decreed it, coming into alignment, obedience onto that week. Changing mindset, repentance, paying a recompense because it's required. But we get to think through that. It gives us the challenge for growth. It brings about wisdom. Yo, it does. Fear of failure. Fear of failure. I feel release it. You know, your fear of failure can be very crippling, making you complacent. Could be, right? Especially when it keeps you from trying, right? Fear of failure. I'm hearing entering therein. Like some people who feel like if you get into the things of mysticism or using your spiritual gifts in that way, then you won't have entrance to heaven, right? But what would it do to you to know that you are already in heaven like we're creating heaven? If the goal of one of them was to create heaven on earth, then we're creating heaven. So it's not just a particular place that we enter into. If we are always in the presence of the Most High God, then we can acknowledge that the Most High God is with you. It's right here. The Alpha and Omega is with you always. So where are you trying to get to? Where are you trying to go? Where you would feel safe and feel whole, where there is the fear of failure does not control you. Competition. I feel that's a challenge. I hear competing for souls schedule, like it's a time limit or something on it. I feel ticking. There's a steady ticking. Ooh. Maybe people feel like time is running out or the end time is coming in. But I feel like even when this cycle is over, a new one will begin because we saw persevering. It doesn't end, truly, right? So maybe one of the tricks is that you don't have the opportunity to get it right. And I feel like it's all for learning, right? We have sayings like, that baby done been here before. Yeah, because that baby done been here before. Like, it's true. Like, we come back and we do it again. Like, spirit is all that there is, truly. Like, we never go anywhere. We're always here. We're always here, and we're all here now, past, present, and future existing at the same time. Heaven is now. Heaven is here. What are you creating for self? I hear persevere. It's always persevering. It's persistent. Now, we're not saying how people experience is the same. No, it's very different. But it's based on our mindset and how we feel it. What do we believe about it? What has been placed upon you that maybe you need to shake off so that you can free yourself from the sense of failure, the sense of competition, right? The feeling like you need to get somewhere. Is it okay to just be here now, beloved? To recognize that Alpha and Omega is with you always, that it is in everything, that it is everywhere. Like all, it's the Most High God. Opposing energies, oppositions, opposites that bring forth balance. The wisdom in that. The Alpha and Omega. The wisdom in that. Coming to an enlightenment. Children coming in. Moving us from a place of complacency. Creation. Realizing that it's perfect. It's whole. It's complete. There's nothing broken and there's nothing missing. To speak that out. Prayer. To pray more. To praise more. Giving the Most High God its seat. A throne to sit on. Guiding you. Yes. I hear surrenderance, obedience to what's calling you. Opening up that decree, understanding that everything you need has already been decreed. You came in with it, you did. But maybe you just need to remember the key so that you can unlock it. And I feel like the key is deep down inside of self. Like go down to the root of things. Being okay with going down into the darkness and come up with the key that unlocks you, unlocks your mind, unlocks your memory. Because see, if we be 70% water and water holds memory, then you already know it's already in you. Be on guard, stand firm in faith, be courageous, and be strong. You want something else? Blessed are the peacemakers, for they will be called the children of the Most High God, the Alpha and the Omega. Yes, coming together, the two. Pray, peace, compassion, offer kindness and love and goodness. Enter into self, beloved, the kingdom, your soul, the source of us living. It is within. You came into this plane, into this life cycle with everything that you need. I feel you pregnant with purpose. 2 of Cups. Somebody could be pregnant with purpose. There's something that you came to do. Your purpose is deep inside of you. It is. And I'm feeling like not only to pray, to question before you sleep, to maybe get whatever it is that you need to get. Dig into your spiritual tools. Somebody has a gift. And they are denying that gift because of something that they've been taught, a belief system. But it's a trick. It's a trick to tell you that you can't do what you are called to do, what you feel is calling you. My question is, can you question it? If we live in the matrix, right, where there are principalities that will come against you, the ones that run to and from to implement a system of control over you, then they could stop you from doing what it is that you were called to do. The wisdom and enlightenment is to question why. If the Most High God be in everything, in all things, then why would it create and put these gifts in me and give me a calling if I'm not supposed to fulfill that decree? That would be oxymoronic, Wheat. I hear the word lives. The word breathes in me and in thee. It is on and in everything. It is creation. It goes forth and it creates cycle over cycle over cycle. The word is persevering. It never dies. It is not dead. It doesn't need to come again because it never left. Anything else? No. The schedule, the ticking, the time, signs of the times. I hear change, changing, understanding, awareness, thinking, changing the thinking forward, beloved. Question, contemplation. Why would it be here if we were not meant to raise the nation? Thank you guys so much for joining us here on the Tales of Terrell Show. You sure enough never know what you're going to get, beloved. You just never know. Yes. We are called to bring it how the Alpha and Omega call it. That's the decree. And we are surrendered, a vessel to be used by that which made all things, the eternal Lord of all of creation. For we are it. We are the only begotten. And we are whole. We are complete. There's nothing broken. And there's nothing missing. To the next now, y'all, loving you like we love us, because we love the Alpha and Omega that called us, that made us, and gave us this decree to be the infinite intelligence breathing. Yeah, the word lives in this day. And I question anything that tells me anything different. To the next now, I shake.